Okay, I have my tea. I've got peppermint tea with honey today because I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I had a cold. I think it's going away, but I've still got the residual weird voice. I have a new fringe for the new year. Don't know if that was a bad idea. It looks okay. I think this is the last time I'm gonna get fringe though. I feel like when I was younger, a fringe made me look more my age, and now it's starting to make me look like a child. So I think the full fringe has seen its days for now, and she shall not be returning for a while. It's not looking bad. It's looking quite good. This is day 2 as well. So yesterday I washed it. Today I haven't washed it. I've just sprayed it. I guess you can kind of tell that. I've sprayed it with some hairspray, given it a little bit of a straighten, a little bit of a bounce. But yeah, day 2 of this fringe. I've got my microphone on today because there is some live music going on somewhere in this block of buildings. These are very old buildings and you can hear through the walls. So I'm glad that 2024 is over. My cat died, my nan died. But did go on 2 holidays, did get engaged, so but yeah, 2025 is looking more of a vibe. So with that said, these are the books that I bought in the last quarter of the year. Yeah, they're not all for me. Some of them are for other people. They're not all from shops. Some of them are from charity shops. One of them was free. And the one that I'm reading now is technically also free, kind of. But yeah. At the moment I'm reading Sally Rooney Intermezzo. I haven't finished it yet. It's taking me quite a while to finish it. This is how far I am. Like, I'm kind of halfway. It took me a while. Like, I started reading this when we moved in September. It's taken me a long time to get into it. I don't know why. Just has. Just, you know, stuff. And that book I got, we donated a load of books to the bookstore, and in payment they let me have this book because this is the one I wanted. So yeah, win-win for me. I got rid of some books that I knew I wasn't going to read again, and then I got a book that I really wanted to read in return, so yay me. The first book is Ghostland. So this is Ghostland by Edward Parnell. Paperback. I don't know when it came out. When did it come out? Wow. It came out in 2019. I got this from the local bookshop down the road. I got this for Jacob because Jacob wants to get back into reading and he wants to specifically read more fiction. And Ghostlands is sort of in the middle. So it says, a deeply moving meditation on memory, grief and loss and the redemptive power of stories in nature. Part memoir, part travelogue, Ghostland journeys around the ancient stones, stark shores and folkloric woodlands of Britain's spectred isle. So I got that because it's sort of in the middle of what he's been reading. He has a lot of politics books because he used to study politics. So a lot of his books are quite heavy, like taxing reads, a lot of them are factual. So this is sort of in between what he's been reading, and it has sort of the gothic kind of vibe that he was reading before, because the book before this he read was like an apocalyptic one. So I wanted to get something that was sort of similar but not like too close. I didn't want to get another apocalyptic book for him. So I just got this one for him, and he really likes the sound of it. So hopefully that was a good choice. The next one is Betty. This one's really old. I've seen this around for like quite a few years. This I got when we went to Salisbury and there was a free book place. Don't know what to call it. It was basically just this place that had loads of books in it and you can get like up to 3 free. So I just took this one. I did look for 3, but like there weren't any that I thought. There was one that tempted me. It was like a massive book of all of Shakespeare's works, but I didn't get it. Appalachian like things intrigue me. Appalachia sounds so like different to where I'm from. Like, I'm from Portsmouth. Like, Appalachia and Portsmouth are, like, they're not the same. Like, to imagine living in Appalachia is bonkers. So I'm always very curious when, like, seeing things about Appalachia. Yeah. And I always love a coming of age story. So this is a coming of age story. And I took it. It was free, so I took it. It was very weird. I had to check to make sure that you could take it, because I was like, are you sure you want to give this to me for free? The next one is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Again, not a new book. Pretty well known. Haven't read this yet. I originally took this out in the library, but I didn't get around to reading it, so I just returned it because I felt bad. It was just sat on my shelf, and I hadn't got around to reading it, so I just returned it. Yeah. So this was at like a Christmas market for like £1. So I got this. Hefty. Look at how many pages that is. How many pages is it? 800 well, that's including the acknowledgements, it's 829. If you don't look, it has a timeline. It has a timeline. This book is going to take a while. Whew. I've just signed up for something very complicated and I didn't even realise. I'm kind of excited for it though. I really love the cover and I really love the second book cover as well. So next up is The Z Word. I've got this from Waterstones. Queer Apocalypse. Has a bisexual character in it. Sold. I'm actually, okay, so I was writing a queer apocalyptic story. My iPad crashed, deleted the entire thing. I still remember some of it, and I do need to rewrite it. But you know when you just, like, you're so, like, annoyed that it got deleted that you don't want to write it anymore? I'm still at that point, and it's been, like, a year. So I will be writing it at some point. But not at the moment, because I'm still bitter. It sounds cool. Sounds cool. The front cover looks cool. It's got nice colours. I got it. The next one I got was when I got Jacob's book, Ghostland. I also got this one, The Glass Maker by Tracy Chevalier. So I got this one because I was looking for something else for me to read. This was basically, we got this book and Ghostland from the shop when we got Miss P adopted. So it was sort of like a congratulations to us for having a successful foster. I didn't need an excuse to go there, but I gave myself one. It was like a queer thing that was going on at the bookstore as well, so I wanted to go see that. So I went there, got these books, and I was like, well, you know, little celebratory book to send off Miss P because she went to her new forever home. And she's loving life there, by the way. I'll do like a whole video on that, but like, and there's like the TikTok as well that we do all this. Well, I do all the videos on foster cat, even though we only had one, but I'm waiting for the next ones. There's loads of videos on Miss P there. She's adorable, lovely, such a character. It sounds cool. It's set in Venice, 1486. And it's about women who are like making glass things, like glass sculptures, and they're not supposed to be like making glass sculptures, but this character has to make things because that's what her skill is and her family needs money. As much as I like reading, like when I read the book about Tsarina, about the Russian queen, like I love reading about like rags to riches and also like just riches, but like there's something about reading about people who aren't living life of luxury. Like I like reading about people like me, you know. I got Feeding the Monster as well. This one I think I also got from the shop down the road. Feeding the Monster is a gift for my old supervisor. He was my BA supervisor for my undergraduate dissertation, and then he also helped me with my master's dissertation as well. So I wanted to get something that was linked to his research to say thank you, and this one's on horror film, which is like something that he's quite interested in, something that he researched. Look at the inside, look at that, so sick. So this is what the blurb is. Horror is being embraced by mainstream pop culture more than ever before, with horror characters and aesthetics creeping into TV, music videos and TikTok trends. Yet even with the commercial and critical success of countless films and TV series in the genre over the last decade, loving it still prompts the question, what's wrong with you? In Feeding the Monster, Anna Botskiaga sets out to dispel the notion that there's something not quite right with the people who make and enjoy horror. By diving into some of the most significant works of TV and film horror of recent years, including The Babadook, Hereditary, Hannibal, Get Out, The Haunting of Hill House, Titane, Yellow Jackets, and Nanny, Sky charts horror soaring popularity and examines how the genre both responds to and fuels our feelings of fear, anxiety, pain, hunger, and power. After all, each of us has our own monster to feed. Sounds sick. Lots of different sections. So it's got the introduction, then it's got fear, hunger, anxiety, pain, and power, which are the different sections from the blurb that the writing has been split into, which is really interesting. It's got a reading list, it's got a watch list. It sounds really good. The second year that me and Jacob have done Jolly which is the sort of Christmas Eve tradition where you buy each other a book and then read it, only we don't actually read the books because we were reading something else, so we haven't read them yet. And we have also not read last year's one, so I have a current collection of Jolly that I haven't read. But you know, it's only 2, and I can do that. So this year we didn't do it as a surprise because we both had books that we wanted. So I got Jacob's book that I'm pretty sure is in his bag now. Yeah, which is set in Iceland. And then, which is good because this is where the tradition comes from. So he was like, oh yeah, I want this book and it's also like set in Iceland. So yeah, it was very on theme. And then he got me Think Again by Jacqueline Wilson because I would like to read this book because I read maybe not all, but I read most of her books when I was younger. I got them from like the school library, and like I had some for Christmas and stuff like that. And I'm very excited to see what she's written for an adult audience. The book cover intrigues me. The blurb intrigues me. So it says it's pure nostalgia in a bottle. Oh, so relatable, which is really good. This is the vibe I'm going for this like end of the year. Like I've been watching a lot of Zoella vlogs because it's just like chill, like kind of relaxed, homey vibes. So I'm kind of hoping this book maybe has some of that in there. I have a hot water bottle, by the way, so I keep moving because it's like, it's burning my tummy. Anyway, so yeah, I really want to read that book because I want to see what she's like now. I want to see what her tone of voice sounds like. I'll go back. The next one that we got, and we got this as a collective. This was purchased on the joint account. So was the next 2 books as well. Was this also bought in Salisbury? I think this was also bought in Salisbury. So we went to this bookshop that was all kids' books. We just saw some really cool ones, and we were like, oh, well, we really want like nice, like very nicely illustrated books for like when we have kids, and like also ones that have really good like stories and like that sort of teach things in them. So Jacob picked this one, which was in the sale on Indigenous Ingenuity. So because he's from America and there's like a lot of Indigenous communities around where he's from, yeah, he just really loved that, and I love like learning about stuff like that. So it's just got like, oh, it's like an activity book. It's got like activity, so it's got like facts, and it's also got things to make. So it like teaches you about like tools, engineering history, the pump fire drill, the mechanics of a pump fire drill. Can't read. And then it's got like activities, like write your own pictogram, language, and story. So it's like a very interactive book. This is more like for older readers, if you can see. Like, it's not really a kid's book, but it's like I want to read that. We probably will end up reading it, to be fair. And the next one we got, I love this one. I love medieval kind of stuff. So my ring is medieval style because I love medieval things. Yeah, I mean, I love Baldur's Gate, even though I haven't finished it, because in my defense, I took a responsible break from playing Baldur's Gate because I needed to finish my master's degree. Now I need to return, and I'm midway through a whole like journey, and I don't remember what the fuck I was doing, so I don't remember. I'm somewhere, I think I'm in Char's like whole thing. I'm in the middle of the Char trials. I don't remember what my plan was. I just kind of left it, finished my masters, and then went, oh, I can go back to this now. What was I doing? What was the plan? What was the goal? Don't know. Might just wing it and skip it all. Who knows? So yeah, so I love like medieval stuff. I love fantasy. So yeah, Jacob got me. Oh, actually, this ring was made. Oh, I could do a whole video on the ring. The ring was made by someone whose husband also helped because he studies medieval like history as his job. So he's like a researcher in medieval history. So it's all like made as accurately as possible, fantasy, medieval kind of style. So I saw this book. This is where we were. I saw this book and it is about Pandora. It's about the story of Pandora. But like, look at the gold. It's like a very medievally style kind of thing. And I loved the colours. I loved the red lining. I loved the stars. So cute. And it was just so like, where's like one that's like really good, like this one. So this is like the first page. Like, look at that. That's so nice. It's so like the historical style of painting and like the like tapestry bits, and so good. Oh, love it. This one as well, the dog. Look at him, so long, but it was so nice. I had to have it. Oh, because as much as the books are for the child, they are also from me. And the truth, because I can use them for research when I'm drawing. So, the final book so far. I don't plan on going to the bookshop anytime soon, but you never know. The last one we got was the Fairy Isle. More gold. I love gold. And I liked the way that the mermaids are drawn. I think that they're like really cool. I much prefer the kind of creepier ways of drawing mermaids than like the Disney version. And like the way that they draw like the trees is so cute. And it's all about like Irish folklore, and I love folklore. So it was a win-win. It was like a perfect bedtime story. Like look at that, that's so nice. Oh. But I thought also, so I used to work as a volunteer at a local RSPCA shelter, and they were going to do a thing where they were wanting people to read to dogs. Now I do the cat fostering. I wanted something, I basically thought that these would be really good to use for that as well, because we don't know who's going to come in next. It could be a feral cat. There's like quite a lot of ones that have just been taken from the streets, and we don't know how long they've been out there. So it's not a given that every cat's going to be like Miss P. Miss P was pretty lucky for us. She was a very nice first starter cat because she was so like already, she was quite loving, and like she wanted human interaction even though she had been through what she had been through. But that's not a guarantee for the next cat or cats. They might not want to be touched at all. So I thought that having like a lot of different books anyway means that I have things that I can read to them so they can hear voices and get like that interaction in a different way and feel comforted in a different way than just like petting them, you know? So I'm a cat mum. I'm a cat foster mum. I'm not a cat mum at the moment. We'll get another cat soon for us, but not at the moment. I've got a bit of honey in my tea as well. Make it a bit sweeter and also help my throat. Because I got hit with a cold. I made it through the whole term without getting colds, and now. So that is all the books that I got. How long it'll take me to read them, don't know. But, you know, we move. So I'll see you next time. I post a lot on my TikTok, which I'll link below. Random stuff on there, to be honest, at the moment. Books, baking. Maybe I'll make a long baking video here, but I'd have to think about what I'm doing. I don't tend to think when I bake, not gonna lie. Post a lot on the Friends of Dottie Fosters, where I've been tracking and sort of doing a little digital diary of the fostering process, which has been really nice. And then, yeah, got my Instagram where I just post very nice pictures. So see you then. See you next time. If you've read any of these, let me know. If you want to read any of these, let me know. If you've got any book recommendations, for me, but also for Jacob, let me know. Let me know. Jacob has been reading, apocalyptic, big mystery books, likes politics. If you can find some really cool books to do with that are fiction, drop them down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos that I'm planning to do. Connect on other platforms if you so wish. Have a nice in-between Christmas and New Year's. Have a nice New Year's if I don't post until then. Goodbye.